Hello friends and welcome to another episode of Whose Fault Is It Anyways? Today we are looking at a game submitted by Snapfire, who's in the Crusader bracket, and they said that Axe won his lane, but then proceeds to just never play with the team, won't join them top in the mid game onwards, and they just end up losing fights because Axe is never there, so Axe is to blame for this game. Now, that definitely sucks when your team is trying to communicate, call plays, and someone doesn't seem to react, and we'll get there. Axe definitely did that to an extent in the mid to late game, and that's on him. But this is Whose Fault Is It Anyway? So I looked a little deeper than that. We're here at 10 minutes, and I'd like to point out that Axe winning his lane is an understatement. Look how much further ahead Axe is than everyone else in this game. This is Crusader, right? So the net worths are a little lower than you might see higher up. But the relative difference of Axe to everyone else is nuts. It is 10 minutes into the game, and he has Vanguard and Blink finished up with this creep wave here. So I would actually say I agree with what you said later for the mid to late game, but in the early game, Axe is the only one playing in the correct part of the map, whereas all of you keep playing in this top part. Like the whole game you guys are trying to play the top part. But why? Axe took this tower at 7 minutes and he's still down here alone. Omniknight was here a bit, but then ended up rotating top to try to help with the fight. But really, you and Omniknight should be trying to leave this area and come down to Axe and continue to play this jungle where there's so much more farm for you, there's so much more aggressive potential to capitalize on Axe's massive lead. But instead, you, OmniJug, and Lena keep coming top on their own for the next 10 minutes. Axe plays down here alone for like 10 minutes. So that, I think, is also a bit of an issue, where you have a really big lead here relatively, and Axe plus any hero should probably be a kill. Maybe not Omniknight, because Omniknight's not really aggressive, but you as a Snapfire have a lot of aggressive potential, especially once you hit your ultimate. He is your free setup stun. Any blink call should be a kill once you as Snapfire have your ultimate. And you're level 5, I think you might have the tome on the way. It's 10 minutes when he has blink. So let's speed forward. Yeah, so you just picked up the tome, you have 6. Who is going to set it up for you here? Juggernaut? Omniknight? Are they going to aggressively run at them and ask them to stop moving to get hit by your ultimate? I don't think so. Why are you up here? As soon as you buy that tome and you know you're going to hit 6, you should also have a smoke. You should also have observers and sentries, which Axe is actually doing himself in this part of the map. And you should be going to him. You should be meeting your courier like over here on your way to Axe and just like, hey buddy, blink call anyone and I will ult and it'll be a kill. 11 minutes this combo comes online. Let's see when we finally see it happen. 13 minutes in, you finally came in from the top side. Axe came in from the bottom side. You're both kind of close to each other. We're finally going to see this sort of happen, except it's not an ideal situation where Axe is actually the one getting jumped by the other 4 heroes. It has been over 2 minutes since we've had this combo available, and this is going to be the first time we're like sort of using it, but it's really as a response to the enemy rather than us starting an aggressive play. And we could have already done it once by now, and this could have been the second attempt. And if you just pick the fight a little more carefully, that could have been better, right? So if we're here sooner, the game is going to feel different. You're going to feel further ahead because we are doing the right plays, making use of these power spikes. Instead, we kind of like did nothing. It's still just 5-6, despite the fact that it was a 10-minute blink dagger on Axe, and we haven't really grown the lead all that much. So that relative difference, it's dropping now because Axe is still at the top, but the others are getting a lot of gold too. It's becoming harder to kill them. And that window, that's just going to keep closing the more we don't do anything with him. Now, Axe did place his own wards, but they're super basic because he is a core player putting his own wards. So they're all on cliffs, and that means things like this can happen easily where the support comes and dewards it. You, as a support player, should be the one putting these wards down so that he can continue to just farm, and you put them in better spots. Or, if you're going to use them on cliffs, you should be here with Axe to defend them. Now, of course, this is right after that fight that unfortunately didn't go that great, so this is why Lion has time, but that's why we should be more careful in this area already, picking the fights we want, keeping our wards alive. If we're half-assing it one way or the other, like, yeah, we're kind of playing there, kind of not playing there, kind of putting wards, kind of not putting wards, you're just going to lose things like this. And when you're trading your observers away and you're the one ahead, that feels bad. Like, why is the enemy team allowed to do that? 15 minutes in, where are you all going? Juggernaut's already up here farming. There's no tower to defend. This tower's not important. You guys aren't doing Roche at 15 minutes. I know you're not. This is Crusader. What are we doing up here? This is the strongest hero in the video game right now. He's still down here on his own. Why aren't we doing anything? Why are we all farming? Why are the two other cores farming the same creep wave watched by a support? What's happening? They're gonna come initiate on Axe. Why isn't Lion just dead right now? Why is there not two supports over here who were like in this high ground area, maybe farming a jungle camp while waiting, so that Axe could just blink call Lion into like snap Q, snap W, Omni heal? This Lion is insta dead. Or you guys are waiting behind because you think more people are coming, which is actually true in this case, and that's fine. You know what? Look at all this. Axe, initiate. They're not going on us. We are going on them. You blink call that drow, and then we snapfire ult in, Omni runs up and he heals Axe. Why are they able to defend when we're 5k up? Because so many of us are farming the same creep wave up here in the least important part of the map for us. What are we doing? Ultimately, this is going to lead to Axe making mistakes. So this is on him. He comes to D-ward when no one else is on the map, and the last thing that happened was a 3-man gank on him, and he's like, this is the time to D-ward. And he comes to do this, and so they're gonna come and kill him. But still, look how hard it is to kill him. There's 3 heroes going on him. It's so long. That's a full duration snap ult if you just go at the beginning, plus Omni here to heal him and all that, right? This is his fault for coming here on his own, but at the same time, he should be able to do this if he has support. You're kind of defending mid, which is like, okay, that's fine, right? But I mean, Lina should probably be doing that, or Juggernaut, right? Leave Juggernaut to defend this area and just spin between the lanes, or like Juggernaut top, Lina mid, and then you and Omni down here. But like, they're not here, so I kind of get why you're here. But like, you can see how this is like a series of team mistakes leading to this, which is the enemy getting kills on the strongest hero in the game despite being 5k behind. And it's not just Axe's fault, it's everyone's fault that this is happening. Hey guys, just checking in. It's been a few minutes. Axe still down here on his own, doing the warding. Learned, didn't put this one on the cliff. Now up here, we're still all competing for the same farm. They're actually initiating on us, but they're kind of screwing it up, so you guys are getting kills. But I don't know if you can really call this like, oh yeah, of course, we plan to push up here into their tier 1 tower without our creep wave, find a couple kills, and then go back and fight over this creep wave on our own. This still isn't like good play. I'm glad you guys are communicating and trying to do something, and in that sense, like, that's fine. Like, I know the plans aren't going to be perfect in Crusader, but that doesn't change the fact that this is still, at this point, your team's mistake is like, why are we here and not here? Now, Lina finally TP's down here trying to kill a Night Stalker who recently showed. They didn't quite get him. This means that Axe and Lina are showing down here. So you all should be really careful about the enemy team initiating on you. Well, they're gonna botch it again, so you're actually just gonna kill Mars, which is like, okay, cool. It's still kind of like the enemy's bad plays instead of your own. You guys take a tower, keeping in mind they know 2 of our heroes are bottom and this part of the map is dangerous. What should we do? That's right, let's smoke in here where the enemy team can rotate in and defend. So is this Axe or Lina's fault for not being in this fight, or is this our fault for choosing a really bizarre time to push into the enemy's half of the map? Hey guys, just checking in again. We're now at 20 minutes. We're still playing 4 heroes top, hunting down supports. I think there's a Mars over here. Axe continues to be the only one down here. It's a Night Stalker hard carry, by the way. They come face to face, like, I don't know, it's like the 3rd or 4th or 5th time. And the Night Stalker carry, yeah, okay. We'll go on our way. Because what's he gonna do to a Night Stalker on his own? If only we had, oh, I don't know, like 1,000 magic damage from some other ability in this game to combo together with a long duration stun taunt. Or we could keep fighting without Axe up here. Oh, tempting. No vision into Night Stalker? We're finally going to see the combo. You know, spoiler alert, it's about to happen. Axe is down here, Snapfire's down here. They're gonna initiate on Axe again, which is not ideal. We'd rather be the ones initiating. But Axe is not going to die here. Have I mentioned how farmed this guy is relative to everyone else? It's a little less now, but still pretty farmed. So this part, you know, not the cleanest, but Axe goes back in at 500 health out of 2,000. If we had done this when he was full health, he probably doesn't die. But here he goes, he initiates in with no health whatsoever, and you guys pick up a double kill. The combo finally happened, 13 minutes after we had this option. So imagine if we took it on a little bit better terms, that we were actually all down here ready, that we chose the initiation rather than getting initiated on and then reacting to it. Imagine how many clean fights and kills we could have had at this point. A lot. It's a little late now though, so you're not as far ahead relatively, and so they actually end up killing you guys because this is not a clean fight from you guys. But you could see, briefly, that series of events right there. What could have been? Now I do get to your point, which is that, yeah, Axe does not change his behavior. He continues to come down here, refuses to work top, which at this point, top is now more meaningful because Roshan is an actual objective, right? 25 minutes is still relatively early for a Crusader game, actually, but Roshan could actually fall now. At 10 minutes with this lineup, it's probably not really going to happen, right? So top was not that important. Now it is a bit more important, so I do agree Axe should actually start coming up here, but he continues to like farm and ward aggressively on his own and without knowing where enough enemy heroes are, so he eventually does end up feeding over here like so. Here he is on his own. How ironic is this, guys? Axe is up here and now the team is down here. What a twist. He's by himself here. You're not wrong. He's going to feed on his own here. That's on him. This tower is finally going to fall at 32 minutes. I think you probably could have gotten it at like 15 minutes. Lina picks up a DD and we finally get some team play here. So we're going to get Roshan. And now let me describe to you the sequence of events that plays out here and we can decide who to blame together. So we got Aegis. Cool. We probably just wait for everyone to get together and go down a lane. That sounds awesome. Axe, he's gonna boot to travel up here. He has no mana. He probably could have just blinked and walked. Gonna boot to travel. Okay, sure. Your team should now recognize this. This guy can't TP for 40 seconds. Also, he can't contribute at all in any kind of team fight because he's using mana instead of saving mana. So, I don't know. It's a mistake on his part, but your team has this information. Now, Snapfire's still dead, and we don't know where the enemy is. They weren't here at Roshan, they weren't here in these wards, and several of them are showing down here, so there's a good chance a lot of them are down here. Should we just wait? Or should we fight? Bottom tower? This tower that doesn't mean anything at this state of the game? Without our Snapfire and without Axe? Let's go. We have all about, like, I don't know, 2 seconds of DD left. Enough to kill Lion right off the bat. There goes our Omni Knight. This fight actually ends up looking okay for you guys. So I'm gonna speed through it because the fight itself doesn't matter. Axe isn't joining this fight. Axe could never have joined this fight. You guys all saw him TP. Is it Axe's fault for TPing in a way that was like pretty bad? Is it you guys doing something when you know he can't join? That's for you all to decide. But this fight ends up like kind of okay. You guys are gonna get like 3 kills. But I don't know if that's really okay. You guys lost the Aegis for this. You're also like 12k up. Should this, like essentially it was a 3-for-2 fight. You guys killed 3, you lost your Aegis, which to many of you probably is like, yeah, it's a winning fight. That Aegis was supposed to break high ground though. And now you don't have that. And you won the fight out here, so by the time you get to their base, they're all gonna be up. I feel fine as the Radiant. I'm pretty happy with that. I think we should have lost after that Aegis for you guys having it, and Lina took it up. Like, Lina should just poke this tower, and anytime they try to commit on Lina, She probably lives, but if she doesn't, she respawns, and you guys take the fight in front of their tower, you win, and then you take the base. So, sure, you got more kills, but I'd actually say it's pretty bad. By the way, here's Axe feeding on his own. You're not wrong. He does die on his own quite a few times. It's his own mistake, but I see other mistakes happening. Like, okay, we lost Axe. 2 of us? High ground? 5 enemy heroes who can TB back home? Let's go ahead and poke it. Yeah! Woohoo! Right? And they kind of don't react for a little bit. But eventually they do come, and you guys can't get away fast enough. You guys try, but they chase, and they're really fast. Turns out Night Stalker at night, pretty speedy guy. So they run you down, and they're eventually going to get a pretty good fight here. Reminder, you guys are 10k in the lead. So even fights are losing. Losing fights are really bad. And that's kind of what happens here. It's a 3v5 because Lena and Axe were dead. And surprisingly, the enemy team wins that kind of fight. It's actually really close. It came really down to the line. But should it have been that close? So from here, you guys keep losing fights and you end up losing the game. Who do we blame? I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel like Axe is doing the right thing for the first 20 minutes. There's, of course, some mistakes, but I mean, it's the Crusader bracket. That's bound to happen. And I prefer to try to play the early game correctly because I think it impacts everything else. And 4 of your teammates are doing some wacky stuff up here instead of playing with Axe down here. So 1 for Axe, none for you guys. But as the game goes, I mean, you guys are trying to communicate, trying to make a plan together, and I think that's really good. And when someone just will not listen to that and continues to play on their own, that is super frustrating. And that's on Axe for continuing to just walk on his own, die, and kind of put you guys in a weird situation, which you guys still could have adjusted to a bit, which is actually where we're going to end our final piece of advice here. You might be thinking, Zach, you know, sure, we made some mistakes here, but other games we don't. And there's just one guy who will not play with the team. What do we do in those situations? You don't even need to ask me. Axe has all the answers.
Time for a reenactment. Axe here.
Hey, Axe. Yeah, it's me, Zach. I just want to call. I had something to ask.
Cut to the chase.
Oh, yeah, no problem. So I know you're the strongest here in the game right now, but me and the team, we were thinking, like, maybe we could fight in the top lane without you.
There can be no battle till Axe is at hand.
Oh, yeah, okay, no problem. Are you good to go? You want to fight?
Axe is ready. Enemies need killing.
Great, so why don't you just head top and meet us there?
Nuh-uh. Axe defies you. Don't order Axe around, and we'll get along just fine.
Yeah, okay. Dota's kind of a team game, but what would you like us to do then?
Come to Axe.
Go to you?
To me.
And then where?
To the enemy.
Okay, cool. That works for me. Now, just hypothetically, just a thought I had, you know, let's say I didn't do that and we continued to play on our own and you continued to play on your own. Do you think we would still deserve to win or something?
No, you deserve nothing. Good day, sir.
Hey, do you think I should ask them to like, comment, and subscribe?
I said good day, sir!
If your teammates don't want to work with you, just bring everyone to them and force them to play together. It's sometimes what you gotta do. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it helpful. Leave a comment if you'd like to be in the next episode. You know, information all here wherever. I'll see you.
I said good day, sir!